Bitcoin whales are suppressing the price. History is repeating once again. Bitcoin tends to retrace approximately 100 days before the halving, and this time looks to be no different. Many people are attributing this Bitcoin sell-off to simply Grayscale dumping their Bitcoin. This cannot be further from the truth. This is the real reason why Bitcoin's dipping. Listen closely, and then after we'll talk about how price is still being suppressed.
Bitcoin coming off, and we do mean coming off, the euphoria of its big ETF milestone, down 16% since the 10th of January. So who's doing the selling? Kate Rooney knows. Hi, Kate.
Hey, Tyler. Yeah, so part of the crypto selling we've seen lately, it has to do with this loss in enthusiasm around that ETF launch, but leverage is also a big factor here, and it's an increasingly dominant force in these markets. Analysts over at Glassnode point out the buildup in Bitcoin leverage and open interest between January 9th and 11th. That was when the ETF speculation peaked. Prices neared 49,000 at that point, and then that was followed by this wipeout in some of those positions. Prices fell, and then you saw this Bitcoin sell-off over that weekend as really what you would call a sell the news event, popular in the hedge fund world, which some investors did worry about heading into this ETF approval. Crypto-related stocks like Coinbase, for example, they're also getting hit this week. JP Morgan downgraded Coinbase, at least, saying today that they think a key catalyst for the crypto industry in those Bitcoin ETFs has been what they called overestimated by the crypto community. They acknowledge that Coinbase, they think, is a dominant U.S. exchange and a leader in the space, but they think the catalyst in those Bitcoin ETFs, they say that has pushed the ecosystem out of its winter, and they say it's still going to disappoint market participants. JP Morgan does expect the ETF enthusiasm to further deflate, as they described it, driving prices lower, along with lower ancillary revenue opportunities for firms like Coinbase. Back over to you guys.
So to be 100% clear, price is going down because leverage has been flushed out, because JP Morgan issued that critical statement against Bitcoin, and just overall, Bitcoin's been running up for so long. This is just natural, the ebbs and flows of the market. Nothing just goes up forever. If you think that Bitcoin is just going down because Grayscale is selling, you could not be further from the truth. Understand, Grayscale is part of it, but you have to remember net ETF inflows have been positive. So post-ETF launch, we've actually seen positive buying pressure. Now, 9 spot Bitcoin ETFs each have 100,000 Bitcoin in them after just 7 days. And actually taking a look at the most recent update of inflows. Now, I love this write-up from Invest Answers, Bitcoin ETF Day 8 update, Bitcoin ETF fund flows after 8 days just now. Yesterday, we said the bottom was close as the Grayscale selling slows down. So the bad news is that Grayscale is still dumping a lot, but slowing down. And also BlackRock is slowing a bit. Their positive buy pressure. Fidelity is holding strong. That's the bad news. The good news is that BlackRock has 44,000 Bitcoin assets under management. Fidelity has 40,000 Bitcoin assets under management. The majority of the sell-off involved FTX, which completed by day 8. Today, day 9 should be a lot less. ETFs absorbed all 100,000 Bitcoin from Grayscale and have grown by an additional 21,000 Bitcoin in 8 days. The ETFs alone are sucking in 15 times the daily Bitcoin supply created. This is really big, my friends. So really, the real reason this is happening is just leverage, natural progression of the market, and Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan fudding the hell out of crypto. Even Jamie Dimon personally taking the time to FUD it himself.
Yeah, but gold's limited in supply.
So is Bitcoin.
And it's been used. So you think so, huh?
I do.
I think there's a good chance that when we get to that 20 million Bitcoins,
they go to 42.
No, that Satoshi's going to come on there, laugh hysterically, go quiet, all Bitcoin's going to be erased.
I think, man.
How the hell do you know it's going to stop at 21? I've never met one person who told me they know for a fact. They take that
mathematically, it can't happen.
Now, I don't think I've heard a better response to JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon than this. I love this response. This is great.
What do I think about Jeffrey Epstein's banker being concerned that a distributed, decentralized, open public money could potentially be used for bad things, sitting on a ski resort in Davos? I don't really care. I don't know why anyone cares, right? I mean, that guy knows when money's used for bad things. So it's a weird opinion of his. And my pet rock was up, as you said, 160% last year. It performed well against the dollar. So I don't know. I don't really care what that guy has to say about Bitcoin. I don't know why anybody does.
It is actually refreshing to hear Cathie Wood's take on all this, because if there's maybe one person who should be worried about Bitcoin ETFs after they get listed, I mean, Cathie Wood has put her reputation on the line saying these Bitcoin ETFs are bullish. So, after the fact, what does she think? I thought this was interesting.
Well, it turns out that FTX is, I guess it's nearly $1 billion in GBTC, has been sold as the Bitcoin ETF has come out. And I think that's been part of the pressure. I do think there's sell on the news because I think some people expected it to hold a little more than it has. But this has not disturbed our point of view at all. We think this is one of the most important investments of our lifetimes. This is a global rules-based monetary system. And it's a very big idea. And we think it's the biggest of all of the crypto ideas out there. So we're very happy to be a part of this movement.
Okay.
Providing more access to Bitcoin. This is the financial superhighway, a public good, and therefore we have priced it accordingly. But we're very excited about the prospects. Our price target, as you know, is quite high if you give us a time horizon to 2030.
Bitcoin whales are suppressing the price. That's the statement I began this video with. Throughout this video, I think I have shown you a few ways the price is being suppressed in ways that are generally accepted in the mainstream. Jamie Dimon fudding it, leverage getting flushed out. Bitcoin whales are suppressing the price. The asset I was talking about is Ethereum. Bitcoin whales are suppressing the price of Ethereum, is what I think. There are many reasons to be bullish on Ethereum. We talk about these reasons all the time. One big catalyst, which is still coming up, is BlackRock's Ethereum ETF, which will get delayed, but eventually it will get approved. And for every reason why Bitcoiners said a spot Bitcoin ETF instrument would be incredibly bullish for the price of Bitcoin, the same is true for Ethereum. Now, of course, there are differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I listened to the rest of Jack Mallers' statement, and the statement was pretty par for the course of what I expected him to say, but he took some time to FUD Ethereum hard. Now, in the comments, he commented back to me, said, what part of what I said is FUD? This is the facts on Ethereum. Are any of those not true? I mean, he framed it in a way that was definitely FUD. I responded saying, there's so much more to the story of Ethereum and crypto than what Bitcoin maximalists would lead the general public to believe, including in this video. Great overall job with the interview, though. Always inspiring to hear you speak about Bitcoin only. But you tell me what you think. Ethereum's price is getting suppressed by Bitcoin whales. This is what I mean.
Yeah, so to be clear, me personally and my company, we are a Bitcoin company. I'm a Bitcoiner. I think crypto is a load of garbage. I think it's generally a distraction to what this technology and this movement represents and is here to change. And so how the world is going to sort out the fact that some kid named Vitalik Buterin printed a lot of coins in his basement and then pre-sold them to people and has been promising all sorts of crazy things that have never happened. I don't know. Is that a security? But I guess the point is I don't care. Everyone knows that Bitcoin has regulatory clarity, that Bitcoin is now officially on Wall Street, that Bitcoin is distributed, it works, its monetary policy has never changed, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to change the world through Bitcoin and push Bitcoin as far as we can as humanity and society. So the regulation on, I think altcoins are arbitrages on this trend. I don't think they'll be around, by the time I die. I imagine, what is Dogecoin going to do for society over the next 20 years? Come on, what are we talking about? So do I want to hold Ethereum? Ethereum's a tech play. Ethereum's a gamble that Jamie Dimon's going to use it. What did he say in his ski resort Davos interview, that he's going to use it to flip real estate? What does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything. I was around. I mean, people don't know history. I was around when Ethereum got hacked and that the Ethereum Foundation cherry-picked transactions. They're like, oh, we broke something, so that transaction doesn't exist. We're going to change the monetary policy here. That's what I'm going to do to hedge the Federal Reserve and the fact that they got to front a $37 trillion bill. Yeah, no thanks. And no one on Wall Street thinks that either, right? Bitcoin is the actually only innovation that is attractive to solve what is the biggest financial problem ever, which is central banking. So Ethereum is a tech play. And if Ethereum turns into the new Tesla, like a stock, like an equity, great, sure. People are going to get stimulus checks and they're going to go punt Ethereum and, bet that Vitalik is the new Elon Musk. But it's not a new world reserve currency that everyone can use.